By the time he was 8 years old, he had lost 5 siblings. At 9, he was left for dead, only to awaken from a coma, paralyzed, but in a hopeless state of body and mind. Bradley Quick is here to share with you his path from Skid Row junkie to successful talk show host, author, mentor, and motivational speaker. If you're looking for a better tomorrow, if you want a positive evolution, or if you're in need of a quick fix, you're in the right place. Now kick back and get ready for the top experts in the field of body, mind, and soul. Here on the Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Quick Fix here on Cool Change Radio, your home for positive answers and a place for you to find that life and health solution you've been looking for. We're right here, right now, to inform you to the latest life enhancement techniques in many different areas, including health, fitness, nutrition, psychology, finance, weight loss, and a whole variety of other wonderful and life-empowering topics. Today's show is brought to you by the Cool Change Foundation. If you're fond of our show, if we brought you some breakthrough solutions, or you just want to help us stay on the air, please donate today. Come on, think about it. When we make life better for mom and dad, we make life better for the children. When we make life better for the children, we make life better for the entire family. Everybody wins. And it's 100% tax deductible. No donations ever too small. You can donate right now at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. And remember, it's time for Cool Change with the Cool Change Foundation. Welcome, everyone. My name is Bradley Quick. I'm here, as always, to discuss solutions with you. I'm here to talk with you about having a better life experience and becoming the best you that you can be. Our guest today is Lloyd Wright, author of Triumph Over Hepatitis C, the book that describes the alternative medicine approach he used to heal himself of Hep C some 4 decades ago. Isn't that right, Lloyd?
I forgot how long ago it was. I don't know if it was 4 decades.
Are you ready for a great show?
I am.
Okay, well, you sit tight. We'll be right with you, okay? That's fun. That's a funny guy there. Thank you all for joining us on CoolChangeRadio.com, BradleyQuick.com, and on Facebook. As you know, you can catch our live and recorded video shows and interviews on those sites and many other websites. And as always, you can listen to our archived audio interviews, hundreds of them, your favorite topics, favorite experts, and favorite personalities at BradleyQuick.com. Now, if you're not hanging out on CoolChangeRadio.com, you should be hanging out on BradleyQuick.com. If you ever find yourself surfing across YouTube, you can catch us there on Cool Change Radio. Cool Change Radio on YouTube. We've actually broke the 500,000 view mark. I'm just overwhelmingly impressed. 500,000 views. Go there, subscribe now. You get the latest sent right to you. Later, my buddy Paul Medrano, former Mr. Universe, will be here with us talking about fitness and healthy living in our Getting Fit with Mr. Universe segment. That's all going to happen shortly, so stay put. Now, if you want to call in and got a question for myself or my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful guest, just pick up the phone and call us right now at 818-824-9123. That's 818-824-9123. Keep it on hand, because that's the number to all the shows here on Cool Change Radio, 818-824-9123. Okay, you ready for this? He contracted hepatitis C in 1979 from a blood transfusion. A blood transfusion. A liver biopsy in 1994 revealed chronic hepatitis C. The medical establishment advised him to get his papers in order and expect to live only another 3 to 5 years. He was on his way out and hoped that something would come along and the medical profession would come up with something, okay. But over 17 years later, he has been hepatitis C free for over 13 years now. 13 years. No detectable virus in his body. Zero. Joining us now on the Quick Fix here on the Cool Change Radio and TV Network is the author of Triumph Over Hepatitis C himself, Mr. Lloyd Wright. Lloyd Wright, welcome to the show.
Hi, Bradley. It's good to be here.
It's always good to have you here. You have a companion with you today.
I do. My dog's Shelby came.
Shelby, beautiful little white dog.
She's a Maltese.
Maltese?
Yeah. Isn't
a Maltese a falcon?
No. Actually, Maltese is the first known breed of dog.
Really?
Yep.
It was the prototype, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I often wonder, they were out there digging holes in the jungle or something, and a dinosaur was going to eat her, and then all of a sudden they landed in the lap of kings and queens. They used to put them in their sleeves for heaters.
In their sleeves for heaters?
Yeah, because, back in the old days, they didn't have heaters.
Right, no heaters.
So when the rich people would cruise around in their chariots, they'd get cold, so they put dogs in their sleeves.
In their sleeves.
I don't know where they came from. I mean, since they are, I read it in a book that they were the first known breed. I don't know. Wow. Not sure how that happened.
Well, if they were the first known breed, they had to breed somebody with something, right?
I don't know. I think
That's
they just came walking in out of the desert one day.
Listen, hepatitis C. Now, so many people are scared of hepatitis C being an STD, a sexually transmitted disease. Now, I have some input on that. I have some understanding of that, as you do. But I know that hepatitis B is something that cannot be cured, right? Tell me, is hepatitis C an STD?
No.
Has there ever been one case of STD transmission for hepatitis C?
Well, not that I know of. I mean, I have studies that show that they followed hundreds of people over years of time.
About different varieties of people.
Well, yeah, one of them is on monogamous people, and another one is on sexually active homosexual men in San Francisco.
That's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, well, even that group, not one single person contracted hepatitis C through sex.
Really?
And there's another study was done in Italy with married people where one partner had it and the other didn't, and never did it.
Yeah, I know a couple like that too, where she's got it, and he's got it. One of them's got it, and the other one never came.
I know hundreds of couples like that, and see, there is hepatitis C virus in emissions, but it isn't enough to make a difference, and it's weakened somehow. It does not work that way.
So it isn't sexually transmitted, but it is more prevalent than AIDS.
Well, that's because hospitals have given it to people for a long, long time before AIDS was around.
Without knowing it, they were transfusing the blood in people, right?
Well, yeah, that and all the blood products, and getting, you can get hepatitis C from dried blood. It's very old. So in the old days, prior to 1992, dental instruments, just general stuff in hospitals, if it had dried blood on it, even, a small amount you couldn't see, so it looked clean, you could still get it from dried blood.
But it's all about the blood. It's all about exchanging the blood, right?
Well, that's what they say.
That's what they say.
I mean, you can get it through snorting cocaine, so I'm surprised half the country doesn't have it. Well, back in the 80s and 90s.
A lot of blood in the nose. A lot of blood on that straw, huh?
So I don't know anyone that ever got it that way or claims to have gotten it, but the Liver Foundation
How many
that.
people have you aided in overcoming hepatitis C throughout the world?
I don't know. I lost count, about 200,000.
Okay, so this is no small task you're doing here. You're doing humanity a favor.
Well, yeah, it's a long, hard job.
Yeah, well, I bet you put up with a lot of people that are really hating life, huh?
Well, the good thing about it is people like life better if they start doing what I talk to them about.
And you brought some reports from Australia.
I did.
Of all places. You have a client in Australia. He's been a client for about 3 years now.
Yeah, and I have a lot of clients there. But
but this is they run a test in Australia, right? About the cirrhosis of the liver, right?
Yeah, it's called a fibroscan.
A fibroscan. And why is it different? And two questions. Why is it not here, and why is it different than what is here?
Well, I think they created it in Germany, and they have them all over Europe. It is the gold standard of being able to determine fibrosis in the stage and cirrhosis in the stage of cirrhosis. And there are 9 of them in the United States. I don't know where they are, but
they're buried in the backyard of some pharmaceutical company.
Yeah, well, you can't just go down to the doctor here and get one. But this fella, Laurie is his name in Australia, he got on a trial because he had very, cirrhotic liver.
He had a trial study. Now, he wasn't on a trial for...
Not a drug, just for looking at his cirrhosis.
Right.
So his first one was free, and it was in October of 2010.
Uh-huh.
And they have this number called a KPA.
What's a KPA?
Well, it's a medium TEA measurement.
Whoa. What's a medium TEA measurement?
Well, it explains it all here in small print that I can't quite see, but I have read it a few times.
Okay, so what's the essence? You told me there were 3 dates. You had 3 different sheets there with 3 different dates.
I have one in 2010, and 11, and 12.
Right. And each one of those, what are the results? The results as the succession of the years.
Okay, well, in 2010, his KPA number was 25.4.
And what does that mean as far as enzyme levels?
Well, it doesn't relate to enzymes. It relates to cirrhosis.
Okay, it's just the cirrhosis of the liver. It's not the levels of...
No, it's not a blood test.
Okay, all right.
It's a
All right.
photograph or a series of them.
All right.
It is... That's well into cirrhosis.
Well into cirrhosis. So he's into cirrhosis now in 2010.
Yes.
And then he called Lloyd Wright and he said, Lloyd, I have a big issue here.
Well, actually, he started my products a little before this.
Okay.
So then is when he got on this, after he got diagnosed and started doing my stuff. Then they turned him on to doing this. So then he goes back in 2011, February 2011.
Right.
And they do the same, it's the same lab, it's the same study, it's the same doctor. And
same lab, same study, same doctor.
And that makes a difference for a lot of these things, because you can get variances in some things.
Right.
Okay, so this time, his KPA number is 17.3.
Okay, that's a drop.
It's quite a drop. And nobody expected to see it, so they're going, wow, that can't happen.
This machine must be broken.
Well, yeah, you see, cirrhosis doesn't get well. It's a terminal thing. You die from it.
Right.
That's what they tell people.
Once it's there, right?
Yes.
Okay, but before you go in, before you go... Oh, it gets worse?
Well...
tell us about the additional study when we come back, okay? Is that
okay?
fair? All right. That music's going to start right now. Stay put, everybody. If you've got a habit you want to change, how would you do things differently to better your life experience if you could? Well, sit tight. We just might have some insight for you. I'm here with Lloyd Wright, author of Triumph Over Hepatitis C, the book that describes the alternative medicine approach he used to heal himself and achieve being Hep C free. This is the Quick Fix on Cool Change Radio, broadcasting live from Freddie Siegel Studios. I'm Bradley Quick, and hey, we'll be right back.
Today, experience the Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
This has never been attempted before by any treatment center, ever. Seasons Malibu is willing to take the risk because they understand quality care and evidence-based long-term recovery. Pay for only 3 months of treatment and stay until you are better, period. I'll say that one more time. Pay for only 3 months of treatment and stay until you are better. Enough is enough. Seasons Malibu wants to count your days of recovery, not the dollars in your pocket. No gimmicks, no guarantees, just straightforward world-class treatment until you are better. Do not hesitate. Call now. Seasons Malibu, 866-780-8539, 866-780-8539. That's Seasons Malibu at www.seasonsmalibu.com or 866-780-8539, 866-780-8539. For a free consultation and details, 866-780-8539. All righty, welcome back. You're listening to The Quick Fix on Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place for positive change. I'm Bradley Quick, and we're right here right now to help you gain the upper hand in becoming all that you want to be. This segment is brought to you by my buddies at GapZip.com, GAPZIP.com. They ask, how do you think? They say how you think is more important than what you think. It's one of the chief reasons why many of you get stuck when you try and take the next step in your career or personal relationships. They join me all the time, but you can see them personally live every second and fourth Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific by just going and signing up at GapZip.com. That's GAPZIP.com. Sign up every second and fourth Tuesday at 7 p.m. You'll see them live and learn a new way to think. That's GapZip.com. Visit them at GapZip.com. All right. For those of you just joining us on Cool Change Radio, Facebook, or BradleyQuick.com, welcome. You can listen to this show again and hundreds of hours of other self-discovery content anytime you want by simply going to that's 3 W's and a dot, bradleyquick.com. There you can also sign up for our weekly radio show email reminder, where once a week you'll receive the most recent interviews in the comfort of your own home or office. And you can listen at your convenience and make sure not to miss your favorite authors, experts, or personalities. You can also podcast any of our shows or just listen to us anytime from anywhere at bradleyquick.com. That's the 3 W's and the dot, bradleyquick.com. All right. Our guest today is the author of Triumph Over Hepatitis C. His name is Lloyd Wright, and we're chatting about the most prevalent liver disease in the world. The World Health Organization considers the hepatitis C virus an epidemic. According to the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, 20 to 30% of people with chronic hepatitis C will eventually face life-threatening symptoms. And that's what we're talking about right now. But here you can check his alternative solutions out at alternativemediциnesolution.com. Alternativemediциnesolution.com. Lloyd Wright, welcome back.
Great to be back,
So
Bradley.
this gentleman in 2010, prior to this cirrhosis test, right, started taking your supplements.
Yes, he did.
Right, and then there was the test in 2010. It said it came out at 25, which is pretty deadly.
25.4. Well, I don't know about deadly, but it's well into cirrhosis.
Well into cirrhosis.
And then
it was 17. We took it a year later. Was it a year later?
Yeah, it was almost a year later. It was February 2011.
Okay, now he's been taking your supplements on a regular basis, right?
Oh, yeah, he orders them, and he calls up and talks sometimes and emails regularly.
So he's doing it on like a trooper, right?
And you know, he's an active guy. He travels around the world and stuff. And
so he's applied the discipline to this teaching, this method, right?
Yeah.
And now what's the final tally there, the final result?
The one we just got back, which was August 10th, is 8.5.
Oh, 8.5?
Yeah, it's less than half of what the one last year was and a third of what it was in 2010.
Well, that's amazing. And he did this all naturally.
Well, he didn't. There's no other way to do it.
Right, there's no.
I don't think they have a cirrhosis pill. I mean, not that I'm
Smart ass,
aware
he's a
of.
smart ass. Cirrhosis pill. Now, wait a second. If a person off the street, a normal person that didn't have a Hep C or a cirrhosis, were to take this type of test, what do you think the reading would be?
Just an
0?
average normal person?
Yeah.
I don't. It depends on their age and.
Yeah, but they may rank a 1 or 2 anyway, right? May read a 3 or 4.
You know, I can't even venture a guess on that because I'm not that familiar with this
Test,
FibroScan.
right.
I read about it all the time. I always have people asking me, where can I get one? And, you know, they just don't have them readily available for people in the United States yet. So when I learn more about it, I can talk more about it.
Right.
I mean,
what I was trying to lead to is how really significant going from a 25 to 8 is, and how normal an 8 may or may not be.
Oh, I understand. I think that's pretty cool what this happened to this man, because the thinking, current thinking is that you cannot reverse cirrhosis. When you walk into the doctor's office, they tell you it's a death sentence. And, you know, it's simply not true. One of my first clients back in 1999 was a very wealthy man, and his doctor he knew him before he was born, and he grew up knowing him, and he gave him a year to live in 2000.
Really?
Yeah, and I posted this on the message board back then, and it was you know, he was very much concerned about this. This man is still alive today,
wow,
and he still gets products from me.
That 1 year was several years ago. Yeah?
That was 2000. That was 12 years ago. Now, cirrhosis is not a death sentence. It's not.
Cirrhosis is not a death sentence, nor is hepatitis C, which is the precursor to cirrhosis, one of them, yeah?
Yeah, and cirrhosis can be a real nightmare. There's no question about it, and it often is.
When the liver doesn't filter the chemicals, the bad stuff out of what you're consuming, then it just goes right into the bloodstream, and you're
that's
feeling
just
it
one
all.
aspect of it. Also, it starts to leak fluid into your abdomen. It causes an array of problems that you don't even want to know about.
Wow,
but you can deal with it. you can deal with it even in the face of hepatitis C, which is constantly damaging it more.
Now, what inspired you to want to go gain all the knowledge about this? I mean, you were at the death's door, right?
They told me I was gonna die.
3 to 5 years, you're over.
And I didn't feel like I was ready yet. Had the enthusiasm that you still do.
Yeah.
So that, people don't understand. It's not simply that you take a pill. You have to have this enthusiasm. That's why when people go to war, they have battle cries and stuff. You gotta get yourself going for it. There's a whole lot mentally going on.
It's a mental thing, and you have to want to succeed. You have to want to live. You have to want to go.
Yeah, and
you
this
have
man,
to not give up.
Laurie in Australia, he has that drive. He does, and that's one of the reasons that he's improving so much. It's real important to be thrilled about life.
You were on death's bed, and you said you started researching and said, what is the alternative? What is the solution for this? And you found interferon, right? Isn't that what happened?
Well, you could put it that way. Well, they told me that's the only thing you can do. There is nothing else. And, I didn't know anything else, so that's what I did.
And there's nobody like you supplying something else at that point.
No, there wasn't. And speaking of that, I've got a really cool email here, which I actually brought this one because it's representative of so many others.
That's one out of how many emails do you get a week or so?
Well, it's August, so they're down, I don't know, hundreds.
I love it. All testimonials.
Well, they're people usually wanting to know something.
Exactly.
But this one, they have this new drug out that they claim is a cure. It's been in the LA Times. It's been on KNX News Radio constantly and on TV. This is a cure.
A cure.
That's what they tell you.
In the next 60 seconds, we will provide a cure for you and your hepatitis C.
Yeah, and this one, it's a triple therapy. It's interferon, ribovariant, and that word I can never pronounce.
Yeah,
in fact,
that one. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, it says, I am a 59-year-old. Everything you said in your book came true. First she says she took the triple therapy. It's hard to see it, for 10 weeks. Never so sick. Thought I would die. Doctor took me off because of low red blood cells and low white blood cells. Had 2 blood transfusions to try to keep her alive because their triple therapy was killing her. Been off now for 2 months. Still feel really bad. All kinds of infections. I see the doctor this Friday, and that would be today. But the cool part is, she says, I just completed 10 weeks of this treatment. Everything you said in your book came true. So call me up and ask me for a copy of my books, and I'll send them to you for free if you live in the United States. Read about what I said, and then try not to go through what this lady did.
Right, and that's what you went through as well, though, right?
Well,
this is before they made it better, right?
And they didn't really make it better. They made it worse, and the studies say they made it worse, and they only did it because their patent ran out on interferon alpha 2B. Wow. So they had to make an alternate item because other people could make that and sell it for less.
Right.
So they came up with pegintron, and the studies clearly show that the quality of life during treatment and after treatment is worse.
Well, I know that you have to sign off to a prescription of antidepressants if you're going to undergo interferon.
Yeah, well, there's that, and antidepressants raise your ALT and AST, and they're only meant to be used for maybe up to 3 months. And
of course, 3 months get you over the hump, and then it's done. But now they're for life.
But people just keep
doing
them.
What is ALT and
AST.
Tell me what those are.
Those are liver enzymes, frequently used in blood tests to determine how your liver is functioning. And most people with Hep C have elevated liver enzymes, which means there's some damage being done. And there's a lot of things you can take and do in your life to help keep these numbers down in the face of them rising all the time.
Now, his phone number is 1-877-676-1615. Is that right?
That's right.
1-877-676-1615. What is that number again?
That number is is manned by Felicia right this very minute. So my trusty staff is there to answer it if anybody wants a free book.
877-676-1615. The book's called Hepatitis C Free. And this man overcame hepatitis C against all odds and is doing that because he found a solution that isn't a death sentence. He's provided that information to people all over the world. And you've helped over 200,000 people. That's incredible.
You know, I had to do this because that interferon was so terrible.
Oh, yeah,
I couldn't believe what was happening to me. And that was like, I thought, people've got to know. There's a way to do this.
There's a way to do this that isn't that. Right?
Yeah.
That's right. How's Shelby doing over there?
Shelby is the perfect angel.
Okay, well, you tell Shelby we'll be right back in just a moment, okay?
Okay.
Is that fair enough?
That's fair.
All right. This segment has been brought to you by the guys at GapZip.com. That's right, GAPZIP.com. They say thoughts are things. Thoughts lead to actions, which lead to results. So if you're sick and tired of your thinking, take a look at sick and tired of your results, take a look at your thinking. You can join them every second and fourth Tuesday at GapZip.com. GapZip.com. This is Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to reshape your vision of what's possible. I'm Bradley Quicken. Again, we'll be right back.
There are self-help seminars costing thousands of dollars guaranteeing miraculous transformations. There are compelling speakers and life-changing weekend experiences where you can walk on fire. They all deliver revelations that guarantee you'll come back for the more expensive revelations filled with even greater wonder next month on Fiji. We get addicted to positive, heartfelt, expensive theater. What we really need is a jumpstart, an awakening, someone who can give us a reminder that everything we need lies within. Through inspiration and practical knowledge, Dorothy Donahue helps people get grounded and motivated, inspired and energized. It's not just words and affirmations and the power of intention. It's a mindset brought about by a tangible, transcendental experience, an audio-visual, physical, spiritual experience that helps us realize we transform ourselves. We get tools to become the conscious co-creators of lives of unlimited potential. Find out more. Go to DorothyDonahue.com. You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
I'm Melody Beattie, author of Codependent No More. 7 times more Americans have hepatitis C than AIDS. I'm one of them. If you're one of the millions of Americans with hepatitis C and your doctors are treating you with interferon, then you're clearly aware of how your life has been turned horribly upside down. Backed by huge pharmaceutical monies, the medical community swears there's only one dangerous, disabling way to battle this silent killer. It's not true. There are alternatives, and they work. Triumph Over Hepatitis C is a book written by best-selling author Lloyd Wright, who fully recovered from this frightening disease. Lloyd is helping others to take charge of their lives and fight for their body's freedom from this crippling illness. His program is working for me. Call the people at Hepatitis C Free now at 866-HEP-C-FREE. That's 866-HEP-C-FREE. Don't become another medical statistic. Find out the truth about hepatitis C and get your life back.
Get your copy of Triumph Over Hepatitis C at Barnes & Noble and at hepatitiscfree.com. Call 866-HEP-C-FREE.
Hey, welcome back. You're listening to Cool Change Radio, your home for self-improvement and a place to find your passion and your purpose. And everybody's got one, including you. I'm Bradley Quick. We're right here right now to provide you with alternative solutions to the issues in your life. You know, October 11th through the 15th, I'm going to be in Teotihuacan, Mexico. That's right, home of the Toltec Pyramids. I fly into Mexico City just like you can. They sit in the air-conditioned van for us, and we go right up to over 7,000-foot elevation to the Toltec Pyramids. We stay at Lee McCormick's place, the Dreaming House, there in Teotihuacan, a 5,500-meter compound. It's a quarter mile away from the pyramids. Toltec Pyramids, and we walk to the pyramids every day. You get to go through the 5 portals of your life utilizing the energy of the Toltec Pyramids. It's incredible. It changed my life. Lee was on me for 5 years to go down there, and I poo-pooed him and didn't go, but then finally I went. Now this is my 4th consecutive time back. He goes down there 3 or 4 times a year. He lives down there, actually. And so if you go to www.spiritrecovery.com and click on the Journeys link, you can find out when they're going next. Now, I'm going to be there in October and probably the one after that as well, and on and on and on. But it's at spiritrecovery.com. They also go to Machu Picchu. They go to they do soul care journeys all over the country. He's got one coming up here in August here in Malibu. So anyway, spiritrecovery.com, spiritrecovery.com. Click on the Journeys link and join us down on the pyramids. You don't want to miss this great opportunity. All right, my guest, he also heads a non-profit organization and website which provides alternative medicine products for the personal eradication of the hepatitis C virus. Joining us once again is the author of Triumph Over Hepatitis C, Lloyd Wright. Lloyd, welcome back.
Bradley, you make recovery sound so good that it makes me want to go recover from something.
Well, which aspect of that sounded so good?
Well, the whole thing. I mean, I'd love to go see the pyramids and the party. Even the guy was talking about the recovery in Malibu. It makes me want to go there. It sounds so fun.
Well, he's having a retreat the last weekend in Malibu, last weekend in August in Malibu that I will personally invite you to.
What am I going to recover from?
Oh, well, it's about enhancing your spirit. It's a spiritual event. It's a soul event.
Well, I could use some spiritual enhancement.
And that's the same thing. The same thing with Teotihuacan. It's not about recovery. It's about stepping out of the social matrix, the domestication, the human domestication, and stepping into the spiritual matrix.
Can I bring my dog?
You want to bring your dog? They may eat your dog. The pyramids may suck you. You can bring your dog if you want to bring your dog, but you understand you get to step out of. I've seen people astroplane at this place.
Really?
Every time I started to leave my body, my fear would pull me back. I almost left my body on several different occasions. Amazing. You get to the enlightenment is so incredible because it takes you out of the social matrix and lets you step into the spiritual matrix. You know, we are spirits having a human experience. We're not human beings looking for a spiritual experience. And it's the other way around, but people miss that because they get so domesticated. The job every day, you get here's what we're supposed to do. Society says we're supposed to do this and do that.
That sounds great.
It is. Why don't you come with us in October?
We'll see. I need spiritual enlightenment.
That's definitely a place. Of course, but not everybody's willing to step out of their homeostasis, what they know, what they think they know. You know, it's easier to sit in it because it's not different. It's not change. And what do change and fear have in common? They're both the unknown. It's easier to keep doing what you're doing because you know what you're going to get than it is to step out of the box and to become vulnerable.
Well, that's true.
It is true. But meanwhile, back in the jacuzzi, let's get back to hepatitis C and being hepatitis C free. So interferon, they lost their patent, huh?
Well, it ran out. That's when I
After
took
what,
it.
17 years?
I don't know how long it was. It ran out sometime in 2000 or 2001. That's when they came out with Pegintron, which was the same alpha-2b interferon as before it, but had a time-released factor. And that's the one they still use. And it didn't work then. It doesn't work now.
You said it only works 7% of the time and kills some people to do it.
That's what the studies show. Now,
what is their claim, though? You have to have a bigger claim than that.
Well, it depends on whose study you're looking at. Some of them say 40%,
right?
And these people that have been advertising constantly for the last year and a half, they're claiming, it's a cure. Period.
It's a cure. We found the cure,
and it's not. And I know this. I have over 200 emails from people who have used it. Most of them have to stop before they get anywhere near being done because they can't tolerate it. Out of 200, 2 people got a sustained viral response, and both of those relapsed. So if there's people out there that have used this and they got well, please send me an email or call me on the phone because I want to know.
I do know a couple of people who are now hepatitis C free utilizing interferon, but that's a small percentage.
It's pretty small. And I'm sure they're out there, and I'm not the guy you usually go to if you get well. I'm the guy you go to when you get sick.
Right.
And there are some really cool drugs out there right now that are non-interferon based that are having really good results in studies. I mean, as much as 98% cure rate.
What drugs are they? Are you at liberty to
that
say?
one is now owned by Gilead, which I think was bought by Bristol Myers. It's in phase 3 trials, and it's hard to get on them. I've got people, I've given out the phone number and the doctor's names and stuff, and you can't get on a trial.
Why?
I don't know. All I know is
We're protecting it. We're protecting it.
Well, I don't know. I actually called them up, and I can't get them to call me back because I wanted to find out what people are going, what they have to go through to get on a trial. And there is some information out there that these non-interferon drugs are causing some bone marrow problems, which, can be terminal, but they're not really talking about it much, so I'm not sure how complicated it is.
Wow.
But I do know some people that have used that particular one. Email me and I can send you the details.
So you're not anti-medical. You're just anti-interferon.
Interferon's a horrible drug.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's been used for all kinds of things.
Like what?
Multiple sclerosis.
I thought maybe they used it to get the paint off the walls or something.
That's probably more like what they should use it for.
They use it for MS, and then it didn't work for MS, so then they did what with it?
It doesn't work for MS, and they use it a lot for cancer. I mean, it's the drug.
Just for MS and my mother for a second, she cured MS through diet.
Yeah, well, that's probably a better way.
Absolutely. It's certainly a better way than interferon.
I have people that call up and buy Nat-cell mesenchyme for multiple sclerosis, and people tell me, I know that when I start using my cane or I see myself in my wheelchair, it's time to order again. So it's obviously not curative.
What is that, Nat-cell what?
Mesenchyme.
Mesenchyme, that's one of the...
it's a stem cell.
One of the supplements you offer.
Yeah, and it can improve... I have a study that shows that mesenchyme could reduce liver transplants by 50% in the United States.
And why are they not selling it? The crud out of it.
It's not a drug. It isn't owned by a drug company, and they're not making billions of dollars on it.
Who owns it?
Well, mine has my name on it. I don't know if anybody owns it. It's just a little...
And they can get that and other things at 877-676-1615, 877-676-1615. And they go to alternativemediциnesolution.com, right?
Yeah.
Alternativemediциnesolution.com. Is there an email address?
There is, Lloyd at lloydwright.org. And I wasn't...
Lloyd at lloydwright.org.
Yeah.
Is that like Lloyd at lloydwright.org?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Yeah.
I didn't bring it up because I was trying to sell it. I was thinking about, we're talking about multiple sclerosis, and I was thinking, there are people who tell me they walk around like normal humans when they use it. And that I find exciting.
That's huge.
And, my own sister has multiple sclerosis, and she won't touch it because her doctor said, don't do any of that stuff.
A friend of mine, and it's really sad, he went to the USC Hepatitis Center or whatever it's called, clinic down there, and because his doctor said his levels were too high, they weren't going to give him anything for it. And he said he had a type A or B or something. And he sat in the emergency room down there 2 times for 16 hours or something. When he got to see the doctor said, there's nothing we can do for you. Your levels are just too high. It'd be too scary or too dangerous at this point. And so he came by, and I told him the best I could, and I tried to give him your information. He really seriously needs some help.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
And they're not getting it.
I guess they wouldn't even put him on interferon.
Well, interferon has a habit of killing people if they're...
Well, no, I know that, but was that what the doctor was saying? This is too scary for right at this level you're at?
I'm not sure what you mean.
You said interferon has a reputation of killing people, which it does. It kills some people. So is that what they meant maybe when they wouldn't put him on it because his levels were so high? Well,
probably. I mean, if you're not healthy enough to handle interferon, it'll take you over the bridge. It will.
It's so sad. So sad. So tell us about Nat-cell frozen thymus.
Thymus is cool. I mean, that's the item I think that helped me get over the top with hepatitis C. Will you do me a favor before we come back and talk about Nat-cell thymus? Mr. Universe is going to come around this corner in just a minute because he has the 4th segment. Now, will you help me kick him out of here? Well, I don't know. He's pretty healthy looking. I'm old. I don't know if I want to play with him.
That's okay. Between the two of us, you're a big guy. You're bigger than I am. You told me that yourself.
I weigh more. I don't know if I'm bigger.
Oh, you're so great, Lloyd Wright. His name's Lloyd Wright. You can check him out at 877-676-1615 or alternativemediциnesolution.com. We'll be right back with you, Lloyd, okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right, everybody, you're in the right place. Stay put. This is Cool Change Radio. Would like to welcome all our new talk shows, including Dates and Mates with Dear Mrs. D's Damona Hoffman, Love, Serve, Feed People, and Remember God with Michael Brian Baker. And do look for all our other upcoming shows here on CoolChangeRadio.com. We're coming right back with more Lloyd Wright, hepatitis C free. Man, he beat it himself. You can beat it too. I'm definitely suggesting you get involved with his products. We'll be right back. Here comes the music. Get quality goods for less from Bag City, serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Up to 70% below retail on everything. Coin purses, wallets, organizers, purses, briefcases, backpacks, travel and garment bags, and ladies' and men's leather jackets. All discounted, all up to 70% below retail. Bag City, the best for less? Bag City serving all of Reno, Denver, Las Vegas, Bakersfield, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, and many more cities. Contact Bag City at 818-990-1795. That's Bag City, quality goods for less money. Bag City, where 15% of all sales go to local charities. You can't beat that. You help local charities while getting quality goods at up to 70% below retail. Contact Bag City now at 818-990-1795. Contact Bag City today and get quality goods for less money. That's 818-990-1795. Shop Bag City to save. Shop Bag City for charity. Bag City, 818-990-1795.
You're listening to The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick. Purpose, power, motivation. We'll be right back.
Today, experience The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change. Written by Bradley Quick, author, producer, motivational speaker, and host of the award-winning radio talk show, The Quick Fix with Bradley Quick on CoolChangeRadio.com. Bradley's passion for life is evident in his book, written so you can experience health, find your purpose, and have more effective relationships. Beating insurmountable odds, overcoming death, and being paralyzed, Bradley fought his way back so he could help you conquer your struggles. Experience increased health, vitality, passion, and purpose in your life right now with The Quick Fix, and read about Bradley's courage, ambition, and determination to live. Whether the issue is your thoughts, your physical body, or you just want to feel better and be happy, The Quick Fix, a simple process for positive change, will change your life. For only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Take positive action now and receive a free guided meditation CD with your order. That's a $20 value free with your order today. Go to BradleyQuick.com. That's BradleyQuick.com. Take control and begin feeling better now. Get the book and free CD now at BradleyQuick.com.
Hey, welcome back. Thank you all for joining us on Cool Change Radio, Facebook, and BradleyQuick.com. As you know, you can catch our live and video recorded shows on CoolChangeRadio.com and over 700 hours of my best audio interviews, your favorite topics and personalities at BradleyQuick.com. This is Cool Change Radio. As you all know, we're broadcasting live from Freddie Siegel Studios. We're your home for self-improvement and a place for positive life enhancement. I want you to know we're being supported in large part by one of my favorite charities, the Cool Change Foundation. The foundation was created to help families and all the children in those families. They do that by providing positive transformational life enhancement methods and techniques to those children's caretakers, usually moms and dads, so they may overcome negative habits and become better role models and providers for the kids. As a direct result, the children's home and family life becomes more nurturing and loving. It does all the time. It's a beautiful thing. You too can help the Cool Change Foundation help the moms, dads, and kids in your community, and you can do that right now. Simply send you a donation of love and support, a little bit of money too, directly to the foundation at www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. That's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Once there, simply click on the Support Us link at the top of the page. You'll be helping us help the children. Again, that's thecoolchangefoundation.org. Click on the Support Us link and help us today. Every penny counts. No donation is ever too small, and the children need your help. From all of us here at Cool Change Radio, we thank you for your support. All right, joining us once again is Lloyd Wright, author of Hepatitis C Free. Lloyd, welcome back.
Great to be back again, Bradley.
Good to have you, my friend. I got a phone call here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God. So go ahead. You were talking about Nat cell thymus.
I was?
Yeah, you was.
I need some. Well, it's August, and you always need more in August. Nat cell thymus is a good item. The thymus gland is the chief gland of immunity in the body. It's what makes the T cells that are stored in the bone marrow and the spleen and other places in the body. But it stops making them about 20 years old. It starts to atrophy.
So it starts declining at 20 years old.
Oh yeah, and it gets
So we have the other 60 years of our life with the declining
thymus gland.
thymus gland. Wow.
So anyway, you take thymus glands, and nat cell thymus. It increases your T cell count by 1,000-fold, or it can get that high. And these little T cells run around and clean up your body, kill cancers, tumors, bacteria. They help you a lot. They're what keeps you alive.
Like the Pac-Man used to go and eat the.
Yeah, that's right. So it's an important item. It makes you feel good. It makes things work better.
I feel good. No.
When I take nat cell thymus, and I still do once in a while, it's a lot like being a superhuman. Next time I'll take some before I come do the show. And you'll
I'll
see
see
a
a
difference.
superhuman.
Yeah.
Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, the superhuman, Lloyd Wright.
Well, I think it's pretty super, and people that take it like it a lot. Well, you've taken some.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I like it.
What I think it was the nat cell thymus that really, the first time I called you, I was pretty much hating life. And you gave me the nat cell thymus, I think, and said, you take this every morning. Was that the product? And every morning you put it under your tongue and let it sit, and then take the other half of it and under your tongue and let it sit. And then I started feeling better immediately. It was really amazing.
Yeah, it does that. And it does it for a lot of conditions.
Yeah.
So it's great product.
So what other? You have all kinds of great products. You talked about the nat cell thymus, and what was the nat cell? What was that?
Mesenchyme.
Mesenchyme.
That's a stem cell.
And you've got all kinds of wonderful products, right? What is the? You said you offer all kinds of different packages too, right?
Well, yeah, I made programs because you can discount them. A lot of the supplement companies won't let you advertise their products on the internet for below a certain price. But if you put them in a program, and over the years I've discovered which programs work best for different conditions, you don't have to put a price on the individual item, but just on the package.
No, you said which work for the best condition. You mean the condition versus the different types of hepatitis C, or different what?
Well,
What's the deal?
people who have hepatitis C, some of them can be fatigued, some of them aren't. Some of them have used interferon, so the approach is like completely different. In the way people feel, there's so many different things that people are affected by this, and you try to work at resolving some of the side effects through the supplement use. So that's why some of them are different.
So you can actually can rid this stuff, right? How long does it generally take, or is that individual?
It's nothing I can predict. I've had people get clear just by taking one bottle of Narinogen, but that's not the normal outcome, but it does happen.
Was it UCLA's recent study that said, was it Narinogen or was it grapefruit?
That was quercetin.
Quercetin, and they said it cured it, right?
Well, I don't know what the outcome of their study was, but I think it's out there. I tried to find it, but I can't find it anywhere. But in their little flyer that they hand out, and I can email anybody a flyer if they want, it says that quercetin was the one item that killed hepatitis C in the laboratory completely 100%. That's Dr. New, NU, at UCLA.
Wow, 100%.
100%. That's what.
And so how come we can't buy this in the store?
Well, you can. You can
can.
buy it from me. I've got it. You
Okay.
can buy it in a health food store, too. That's okay.
My point is that how come we don't know, what the question was, to be more specific, how come we don't know about all this stuff?
Well, nobody tells you. Blueberries alters your DNA slightly. The proanthocyanidin in blueberry makes it so that the virus can't replicate. Narinogen, an extract from grapefruit, makes, they discovered that the hepatitis C virus moves from one cell to another on LDL cholesterol. Well, narinogen makes it so that LDL cholesterol is not sticky and the hepatitis C virus won't stick to it. So it stops it from moving from one cell to another. Now, it doesn't stop every one of them, but if you take it, it cuts it down quite a bit.
That's amazing.
Well, it's pretty cool, but there's no money in this, so drug companies don't make it.
Right.
So it's, and they even put out adverse information on these products to try to drive people away from them. And that may be hard for most people to believe, but I get to sit there and see it happen. It's frustrating.
Yeah, and again, you're not anti-medicine. You're just anti-interferon and anti-suppression.
Well,
right?
I'm completely anti-hepatitis C, and I want to kill it every which way that I can. And that's why I have a whole arsenal of things that people can use to demolish it.
Right. And where can they get your book, aside from calling you directly?
Well, it's in bookstores. All of them are in bookstores, but there's, Barnes & Noble and Borders went broke. Borders used to be sold the most books, but it's Cardinal Publishing distributes it to bookstores all over the country, or even all over the world. Or you can call me at 877-676-1615, and I'll send you a copy.
Well, that's not that 877 number again, is it?
It is.
What was that 877 number?
676-1615.
676-1615?
And or they can call Hep C free. That's a free number too.
Just pick up the phone and dial Hep C free.
Yep.
I want my Hep C free, right?
Well, yeah, it works, and people read the book, they'll understand better. And
in the last couple of minutes here, Lloyd, what would you like to? Is there something you'd like to share with the audience that we haven't talked about yet?
I got to get used to being asked that. I think that people should really think twice before they go to their doctor, and when they're listening to their doctor.
That's such a hard thing to get the public to.
Oh, most people don't understand, I know. But the doctors take people with hepatitis C and they tell them if you don't use interferon, you're going to die of liver cancer. Now, Dr. Andrew Weil feels that that's a lot like black magic, because when you suggest to people that they're going to die, often they do. So it's not a good thing for the American or modern medicine to be doing.
No.
And they do it, and I've talked about this on some radio shows, and I've had people say, you shouldn't say that. That's not true. You know what? It is true.
Right.
And I know it's true because I talk to people all over this country every day for 12 years, and it's true. So, and then they push interferon and they laugh and snarl about herbs and food supplements and being healthy.
Yeah, I suggested that the friend I talked to you about that went down to the clinic at USC, the hepatitis clinic. I said, well, why don't we get you going on some milk thistle, and name these other things off your list on my refrigerator, and he said, well, I asked him about that, and they said none of that stuff works. My blood started boiling.
Well, it may not cure hepatitis C in the next 10 minutes, but you'll be able to live and enjoy your life while you've got it as a bare minimum. So it's as long as you're going to be alive, you might as well be alive healthy. Exactly. It makes a really big difference.
I'm doing alive and well. I'm still alive and well. I know sometimes that it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm still alive and well, right?
I like that. That's good. So even though, I have a client that's been a client for 10 years. He called and talked to me the other day. He doesn't call very much, but he keeps buying the same, pretty much the same stuff over and over again. He started at 16 million viral load 10 years ago. Today it's 3,000.
Wow.
And feels confident that he's going to kill it by the end of the year.
Wow.
And it made me feel so good. He's kept doing this for 10 years.
Well, again, it all comes down to discipline.
Well,
you want to lose some weight, it's about discipline. You want to learn how to fly, it's about discipline. You want to learn how to do anything, it's about discipline, right? This is about ordering the supplements and taking them on a daily basis, applying the discipline in your life to cut out the foods that aren't in your best interest. And Lloyd, we're just about out of time.
Some people take 10 years. Some people take a couple years.
And you're still hepatitis C after how many years?
It was April 10th, 1997.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, promise me you'll come back here.
I'd love to come back. I'm going to eat some Thymus before I come back next time.
Again, I'd like to give a great big thanks to Fred Siegel and our friends from around the globe for supporting our charity, the Cool Change Foundation. You too can help the foundation, help the mom, dads, and kids in your community. And you can do that right now. Send your money to www.thecoolchangefoundation.org. thecoolchangefoundation.org, and we'd appreciate it. I'd also like to thank people who make this show happen. Our fantastic engineers, Rob Gainey, author of Rockin' Your Stage Sound, available in bookstores now. Our fitness expert, Paul McDonald, will be back with us again tomorrow. Our assistant producers, Taylor Hoskins, he handles everything, actually. The show is produced by Bradley Quick Productions. It's been made possible by Fred Siegel, YouTube, Google, Buzzsprout, the Salvation Army, Universal Studios, Milestones Ranch Malibu, Tim Allen, Marilyn Toth, and many others, including the Cool Change Foundation. Remember, it's time for a cool change with the Cool Change Foundation. Always ask the question. When you go see a doctor, ask the question. When you go see an herbologist, ask the questions, okay? Because your life is at stake here. Your body's at stake. Your health is at stake. So be good to yourself, all right? We'll see you tomorrow.